Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at a game called Sheriff, and this was created by Nintendo in 1979. This was later on named Bandido, and was given the Exidy license in 1980. But this is actually, for its time, kind of a cool game. You play a sheriff, the titular sheriff, surrounded by outlaws in this big old square area, and the outlaws patrol the outside of the square area. And your controls, one, you have a joystick to move your sheriff, and two, you have a joystick to move your gun arm, and you will fire in that direction that you move in. There's the Bandido cabinet. But so this game is essentially a two-joystick game, and moving the second joystick fires in the direction that you push. I don't recall seeing this in arcades. I might have seen the Bandido cabinet at an arcade. You'll notice that the square area is in dots. Those dots can be shot so that you can shoot through the square area if you can't shoot in between the dots at the outlaws. There will be little bunkers, four of them, and two of them say the number of the round that you're on. And the red ones, and I think the numbered ones, can be shot a little bit at a time, just like Space Invaders bunkers. But we'll go ahead and get started here. After a while, the outlaws can start to enter the square area. Note that their shots are very slow and yours is very fast, and that you can shoot in 8 directions and they can only shoot in 4. Once in a while a vulture will fly overhead, or maybe it's a buzzard, and you get extra points for shooting it. See, notice that the bandidos will sometimes, or the outlaws will sometimes come into the center of the ring, or the center of the square, and they will start to move a little faster, and they will turn yellow. And there, I completed a stage. Get shot by the enemy or touch an outlaw when it comes into the square, and you lose a life. Now, if you pass a certain number of stages, then you will get your points doubled, which is awesome. But again, remember that, crap, I'm not going to hit that bird. Oh well. Remember that you can shoot 8 directions, and the outlaws can only shoot 4. Very useful to remember that. But yeah, utilize your 8-way shooting to your advantage. And yeah, once the outlaws are yellow, they will sometimes move very quickly, and they'll be hard to hit or avoid. Oh crap, he killed me. But I beat the stage at the same time. Help. There are 8 stages, and once you beat 8 stages, then it starts over at 1. Although, the difficulty is still the same as when you beat 8, if not harder. Don't go close to the outlaws, and note that they'll shoot more and more as you get further on in the game. one thing that I do not like about this game, and it is pretty annoying, is your movement is not smooth in this game. When you change direction, your sheriff seems to pause for a moment. Very annoying. Ooh, boy, that was too close. This game is kind of cool, and here is where I get my first bonus, my score doubled. That gal is the sheriff's girlfriend. So you get your first bonus doubled, or your points doubled, after you beat level 3. From that point on, you get the points doubled at once you beat level 8, and every level 8. Look how much more they shoot now. And again, with the sheriff pausing when he shoots, or when he has to move, he has to pause for a second. It's very annoying when there's a lot of shots on the screen at once. I believe you can shoot the enemy's shots, and they can shoot each other's shots, you know, and cancel them out. The buzzard, or vulture, or whatever it is, seems to be worth different points when you shoot it here and there. And I don't know what determines the different scoring for the buzzard. It can be 100 to 500 points, it seems. I don't know how you determine that. Sheriff and Bandido both play really exactly the same as far as I've noticed. Oops, didn't hit him. Oh well. But yeah, the buzzard will be worth 100 to 500, and I don't know what determines how much he ends up being. Just try to avoid having to or being close to the enemy's shots if you can help it, because of that stupid pause that your sheriff can often have to do when he changes direction. Yeah, that's very frustrating, the lack of smooth movement in this game. If you're playing this on an emulator like MAME, and you want to know what the best controller setup is, I have a joypad, so I have 4 buttons and then a joypad controller. I set up his regular sheriff movements with the joypad part, and then I aim with the I aim his gun arm with 4 buttons. And then I used a shoulder trigger button to fire, and it worked out great. But yeah, again, oh crap, I backed up into a bullet. But again, you'll see the dots forming the square area, and you'll need to sometimes shoot one of the dots and then shoot again to clear it out and get a shot through. Or if your sight isn't too bad, you can see where you can shoot between the dots to nail the outlaws. It's a clever premise. Like I said, I think I did see Bandido, a cabinet of Bandido, which was given the Exidy license in 1980, but it is the same game as Sheriff. There's that buzzard again. But yeah, the outlaws shoot a lot more on the later stages. But yeah, use your 8-way shooting to your advantage, because the outlaws cannot shoot 8-way; they can only shoot 4-way. And the outlaws' shots move much slower than yours, although they seem to pick up speed maybe a little bit in the later levels. And this is the last level. This is the 8th level, and then they'll just repeat. But yeah, on every 8th level, you will get your double points bonus, and the first time through, you will get it after beating level 3 as well. Ah, crap. Yeah, he was not wanting to move very freely, and so he killed me. I guess this game got... oh, I was lucky. I should have been shot, but the outlaws canceled each other's shots out, so I didn't get hit. But I guess this made an appearance on one of the Smash Brothers games, I think. And there I get my double score. And I have almost 20,000. Mendelssohn's Wedding March plays there. But yeah, this is a clever idea. It's just the stiff movement of the sheriff is kind of annoying. Ah, crap. There, I got him. Ooh, he was worth the full 500 that time. I don't know what determines the score of the buzzard. Maybe it's similar to Space Invaders, in which you have to shoot a certain amount of shots before you hit the invaders, or the buzzard in this game for the maximum score. And they play taps. But yeah, that was Sheriff by Nintendo in 1979. And the only difference between this and Bandido is like the beginning screen. And we'll just look at a quick snap of that in a moment. But yeah, early on, their shots are super slow, the Outlaws' shots. But it's very annoying how stiff the sheriff can move. And there he died. But that's Sheriff by Nintendo in 1979, and we'll look at a screenshot of the opening screenshot of Bandido. See, it says see instructions for game credits. That's the only difference between that and Sheriff. But that was Sheriff by Nintendo in 1979. Well, this is Crazy Clown Radio saying thanks for watching Sheriff by Nintendo in 1979. Hope you all have a good one, and I will see you later with another video. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.